Hi, everybody. Psych here. Here to give you some more psychology trivia. And I thought today I would go over my notes of a book that I read called Anger Management for Everyone. It's by Taffrate and Casanove, I believe, if I'm saying those names right. This is back in 2009. And what I'll do is just go over some of my notes, points that I think are important. But again, it's my perspective, my interpretation to some degree. I'm hoping to be as accurate as possible, but always just double check for yourself. Okay. So one of the things that strikes me right off the bat is what they say. Now, aggression is different from anger. I think a lot of people sometimes will connect the two. They don't have to be connected, though. Okay, so aggression refers to behaviors more like hitting or bullying, destroying property, things like that. Okay, just because you're angry doesn't mean that you're going to be doing those types of behaviors, and anger doesn't necessarily lead to aggression. Some of the anger you experience is likely to occur in response to predictable triggers. Okay, in my perspective, great. So if you know the triggers, now you can work on dealing with those particular triggers, or even, see if you can possibly avoid them. I love this one. Not all problems and people need to be confronted. I think some people maybe have an urge to, okay, I'm going to confront every single little tiny injustice that I see or thing that really kind of irks me. And in my mind, that's going to lead to a lot of angst and a lot of confrontation, because I think there's always going to be something out there that's going to be somewhat problematic. Avoidance is anticipating problems, keeping away from people or situations that are likely to trigger your anger. And escape is removing yourself from situations after you notice your anger is building. Some ways of dealing with the anger would be to reduce distorted beliefs and practice new thinking. So rational alternative beliefs. And this goes hand in hand with, if you've read about cognitive behavior therapy, that's kind of what this is alluding to. The book goes into forgiveness, and forgiveness is kind of a big topic lately. And what I've got in my notes is true forgiveness doesn't require compensation. It's an act or understanding that hopefully will lead to less anger and distress for the person originally harmed. Remaining unforgiving is associated with obsessive thoughts about the past, grudge holding avoidance, and a desire for revenge. If that's not an exact quote, that's a paraphrase, or I've added to it or something, but that's giving you the at least the gist. So the book talks about the advantages of forgiveness, which includes less physical agitation, less anger, and a greater ability to enjoy life. They have a 5-step model for forgiveness, which is number 1, uncovering anger and hurt, making a decision to forgive, defining what forgiveness is and isn't, developing an understanding of why others acted badly, and number 5, believe it or not, giving something, no matter how small, to those who have wronged you. Okay, I read that too, and I was like, well, that's going to be tough for me, and probably tough for a lot of people, but from what they're presenting, that it seems to assist in the forgiveness model that they've presented. And I wonder in my mind if that's kind of like a little, almost like a little ritualistic type of behavior as a way of letting go of the anger. I'm not sure about that. Exposure allows you to learn new skills in a realistic context, and it can help break reinforcement patterns. So exposure. Number one, create an anger imagery scene. Two, you practice relaxation in response to that anger scene. Three, develop a coping statement. Four, practice new coping statements in response to the scene. And five, assess your results. So interesting strategies that they give you. Let's see. Oh yeah, I've already said this, but I've kind of highlighted it. It isn't necessary to be assertive in every situation. Not all behaviors have to be confronted. Okay, I mean, just learning. It's almost like don't sweat the small stuff sort of scenario. So I think that would really help. Looking at the end of my notes, being assertive means expressing your thoughts and feelings appropriately, standing up for what you want, and negotiating mutually desired solutions with others. And unassertiveness means that you give up your own desires to avoid problems to please others. So okay, so there's the downfall of not asserting yourself. And remember, we're talking about asserting, not aggressive behavior. And finally, assertiveness. Now again, if my notes are accurate, maybe I've tweaked them or something like that, so don't take this as gospel from the book. But again, I think useful information, even if it's marginalized by my interpretation. Assertiveness. Number one, this is what I feel. Two, this is the behavior I didn't like. And three, this is what I would like. So that's a simple way of how to present yourself in an assertive way. So, okay, we are done for this presentation, and I'll be coming up with some more information, trivia, marginal at best, I like to say. So just remember, it's informational purposes. I'm not presenting therapy for you. Okay, thanks.